Okay, I know this video has been a long time coming about where I'm gonna go to school, and I know like the semester already started like 3 weeks ago, but let's get into it. I'm gonna sort of share the story and everything, and like let's get into it. We'll be attending Sonoma. Where the frick is it? Where is it? Sonoma State University. Okay. So I'll be attending Sonoma State University. Oh my gosh, so exciting! Yay. I'm already attending Sonoma State University. Love it. Like that's the place I'm supposed to be. I'm so glad I did not pick any other school because I love it. Love Sonoma. Love the people. Love the faculty. Love the professors. Love it so much. Let's get into the story of why I decided Sonoma State. Also before I like was praying about it to God in like November, October of last year because I knew that I wanted God to direct me and lead me. I didn't, because it's a really big decision. I didn't want to just pick a college because I wanted to. And back then, it would have been a complete different college in Sonoma. But yeah, so let's get into it. So the first university I applied to was Grand Canyon University, which is known to be a Christian, private Christian university in Phoenix, Arizona. I toured it. Love the campus. Too big for me though. I was like, it's a little bit too big. And they called it a small school, and I thought it was a little big. Um, Also, I didn't feel like a connection or anything with it. I actually was planning to go to community college first and then transfer, but after visiting Grand Canyon and getting accepted in Grand Canyon, actually after I got accepted in Grand Canyon, I'm like, I'm gonna apply to some schools and see what happens, and I'm so glad I did. So after that, I applied to Simpson University and Southern Oregon University, and then like a week later, I applied to the CSU's. Um, I applied to Sonoma State, obviously, San Francisco State, Chico State, and Sac State. Um, so yeah, I knew I didn't want to go to SoCal. SoCal, I never really been there. I still want to say like the northern region, California, because I really like it there, or like Sac State area. So yeah, or Sacramento area. Like, is that a Central California? I think so. Yeah. Okay, so then pretty much the schools I actually visited was Southern Oregon, Simpson, Grand Canyon. The University of Oregon, even though I didn't apply there. My brother is in his school, so we visited that. There was another school. Sonoma State, yeah. But I have seen outside, but not like touched Sac State though. It's a really pretty campus, so um yeah. So in December, I got, I think it was my second to last, no, it was my third to last because I needed to hear back from Sac State and Sac, Chico, and San Francisco State. The first I heard from was Grand Canyon. Not well, that was, but the first CSU was Sonoma State actually. Oh my gosh, I remember when I got the like acceptance, I was like so happy and I was so surprised. You may be like, why Melissa? Even though it was a really high acceptance rate. I don't know what was up with me. I was just still, it's like a big thing. Even though it may have a high acceptance rate, it's still a big thing. A big deal because I feel like this past year, admissions were just crazy because who was it? I was talking to someone and they told me it's because like for 2020 and 2021, some people decided to wait a year or 2 years to apply to school. So that this year, everyone that was taking a gap year was like applying. So like makes sense. Um, but yeah, I have heard of waitlists from Sonoma State though, and I have heard of like people getting rejected from like schools I applied to and got into. So yeah. I also applied to Liberty, but Liberty was a weird situation because I didn't hear back, but then I was getting told to put my deposit. It was weird. Okay, it was really weird. I applied 2 times. It was weird, but I didn't really pay attention or really looked into it because I knew I was gonna go there. Okay, so December, I remember I was gonna have my last final or second to last final, so I was studying. I remember I got a Sac State, and I remember this is when I started freaking out and worried because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I also came out, I'm a first gen student, so I didn't know really what to expect, and like my parents couldn't help me with that, so I had to like look for other resources to get the help I needed, um, for like letters of recommendation stuff like that. Um, but that was hard. Like that was, I was like, do I go to SAC? I was like, because I applied to schools I wasn't really looking to go to, and that really did not help me because all the schools I applied got into, and I know people are like, oh my gosh, that's great. It wasn't great because I had more options. I'm like, oh my- but I was sort of like freaking out, and then the holidays come, and of course, like all of my family, was like, oh, like my extended family was like, where are you gonna go? Like, what's your plan? Stuff like that. And I was like mixed singles. Like I was not mixed singles. Like I had mixed responses. Like some of them, I'm like, I'm going to community college. I'm going to Grand Canyon, or I might go to Grand Canyon. I might go to CSU. Like all that. Um, sorry. Um, but then I remember I had a dream. I think like a week before that, or the week of, that I went to Grand Canyon. I was like really depressed and I was lonely, and I was with someone that I knew that actually already committed to Grand Canyon. And she was also like, she just like really like missed like her friends. She just missed the people like from like her hometown, and we were both like depressed, and then like there was like nothing to do there. I was just like not where I was supposed to be. And then it was like in September, and that's when everyone goes there to Grand Canyon, is in September. And then later, like a few days later, I had a dream that I was at a mall, and then someone's like, "You're gonna go to Sonoma State, like nursing," to my mom. And I woke up, I'm like, that's nothing for me. Like that's not for me. Like I'm not gonna go to Sonoma State. Also, keep in mind, Sonoma State is my was my like last choice. I did not want to go there. Things change. But yeah, love. Um, yeah, and then I ended up having, and I think was that the only dream I had. I think, yeah. But then when I toured, Sonoma State, that was the last school I toured. I remember passing by the business school. After like the Vine, I forget what it's called, but it's like the Vine Business Center. I passed by there, and I remember there's like this window on the side by the lake. Um, and I remember like looking into it and just like I was like stuck there for like 3 seconds and thinking to myself, I was like, I hear God say, like, do you say like this is where you're supposed to be, like this is where you're supposed to go to school? I'm like, and heck no, like I'm not doing that. Like Jesus, like no, like I don't want to go here. I had a really bad attitude. I was like complaining about it. My mom was like, this is such a great school. Like, look at the trees. And I'm like, oh. Like no, like too many trees. And then yeah. Both of my parents sort of wanted me to go there, but they did not tell me anything because they told me like we would not be disappointed whatever school you choose. They were just happy that I was like thinking about going to college. So, um, yeah. But I'm really oh, so I didn't so that's like sort of like the factors, but then when I decided, I remember I sort of knew like God was telling me to go there, and I was like, I don't know, because they didn't have what I wanted, and I ended up changing my major 6 times. That's a different story, but for a different time. Um, so then, I remember it was like New Year's Day. I mean New Year's Eve. I remember like so freaking out. I remember I think I was in the car like freaking like worrying like what's gonna happen, like where I'm gonna choose. And then I end up when I was the clock striking midnight. It was like 12 or 2 something like that. I remember like this was after like I was like hugging like all my like family members and stuff like that. And then I remember I sit down and I look down, and my phone case right here has Sonoma State University. The paw print is right there, and I looked at it. I'm like, there, like that's it. We're going there. Like we're going. Like that's where. Like I'm like I sort of just like committed. Like or, that's when I already committed. Like I didn't technically commit, but like in my brain I'm like I'm committed. Like I'm gonna go there, and I just sort of like submitted to God. I'm like, you know what? That's where you want me to go. I'm gonna go there. So I end up waiting and waiting. I actually kept it a secret because I thought I was gonna go to Grand Canyon. I told some people I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna go there. Sorry. Um, so I was sort of worried I was gonna change my mind. The next day, I ended up visiting San Francisco State, and the campus, I liked it, like the size of it, but I felt like it was a little bit dirty for me. Not trying to hate on SF State, really good film program, like really great for the arts. Just wasn't for me. And then I didn't really think about it. I'm like, I realized that day that I didn't like the city. I'm like, I don't like the city. Um, and then in March 2nd is when I got my financial aid packet. Um, that was like so exciting. Because I think the week before, like I had there was a representative from State that was like, oh, like you're gonna get your like financial aid packet soon. Um, so that was really really exciting. So I got my financial aid packet, and then I was like, like content with it, and I was a little worried about like, what was gonna like be, but ended up being really great. My financial aid, and then I applied to EOP when I was applying to the school, and then I ended up finding out I got in a little bit later, and I think I didn't originally get in. That's sort of my theories. I didn't get in initially, but a spot opened up, and I found out in May, the Friday before Mother's Day, so like, I think the 5th or the 6th of May. And I was so happy. I was so excited because I really want to go to I really wanted to get into EOP, and I applied, and I felt like I got really good recommendations, and I just was I felt like I had a really good application. I'm just so blessed. I'm so thankful to God I got into EOP. For people that don't know what EOP is an educational opportunity program. It helps with people that are first and low income students. So I got in, and then that was like after I committed. Oh, I just say when I committed. I committed 2 days after that. So I think it was the 4th of March. I made it a big deal to my family. Like they all watched me commit. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I'm really glad. So yeah, so I committed to Sonoma State University, and I'm going there, and I love it. Yeah, it's pretty great campus, and very glad I did that. Yeah. Oh, my major. Oh my gosh. So I changed my major 6 times during the summer, and then they ended up calling me. I believe it was the first or second day of classes. I think it was the first day, and they pretty much told me I had to make up my mind, and I decided on majoring in business marketing and double majoring in communications. And if you wonder what I want to do, what I plan to do after, honestly, nothing in set. Well, there is something in set, but I'd like to keep that to myself. What I really want to do, but I do want to do something with media for sure. Media. That's why I chose marketing and communications. Actually, really big reasons why I chose marketing and communications. So it's pretty cool. Because I'm taking like a macroeconomics class. Really like it so far, and I'm taking intro to communications. I think like it as well. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I also want to give advice to like high school, like for not freshmen, seniors. Have fun, enjoy it. Have fun. College. I want to say this. I 100% believe that you do. If you go to college and you get a degree, that doesn't automatically make you like successful, or you're gonna be successful. It's like your path and like how much you grind and push to that. But of course, that could be a step, and that could help you be successful. But that isn't like a set in stone thing. I know so many people that didn't go to college and are making a lot of money, and are very very successful. And also, money and being successful, I don't think they're the same thing. I think being successful is different than being wealthy and having money. So yeah, so this is sort of my story and why I chose Sonoma State, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you next one.